All right, let's do a quick update on the Galaxy Z TriFold because I had a bunch of questions when the kind of those stories came out this week that Samsung was discontinuing the Galaxy Z TriFold. And I really do think that was kind of a misnomer. I don't think you can call it a discontinue because that almost makes it sound like the Galaxy S25 Edge where there's not going to be another one when Samsung is actively working on another one that's going to be out next year. I don't think the TriFold form factor is going anywhere. Samsung had a limited run of the first generation. I guess a proof of concept to see what would happen when they sent these things out in the wild. Every single one of them sold out within seconds. It took me a long time and a lot of effort to get my hands on one of these. So there wasn't for a lack of demand or anything like that. So I don't think that Samsung is going to be done with this form factor anytime soon. And if anything, I think you're going to see as we get into next year and more manufacturers have this make sense for them, you're going to see more and more products come to market that do have the second fold in them to form those trifold, those three panels that you get on the Galaxy Z TriFold because of the utility, because of the versatility, because of everything that you could do with this device and have it fold up in your pocket. And I get it. Everybody comes back at me with the $2,900 and the massive price tag. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know whether Samsung or others are going to be able to get the price down and make this make more sense for more people. I don't know that. I would have said that about the original Galaxy Z Fold. I said, yeah, okay, the first one's $1,900, but you know what? A few generations down the line, that's going to be a heck of a lot cheaper. And if anything, the price has gone up. The Z Fold 7 is out $2,000. And I am disappointed by that. We'll see what Motorola does with the Razr Fold. Maybe they were able to crack that and get that down to about $1,400, $1,500. Maybe we'll finally see some movement there. And maybe there will be somebody that could get a TriFold down to a reasonable price. It's never going to be that reasonable. And I'm not totally convinced that it should be because it's not a device for everybody. And the way you can use it does legitimately replace multiple items in your tech bag, in your daily carry. I can use this as a smartphone with no problem. Fold it up, use the outside. It's just a big, thick smartphone, right? 309 grams, yes, but the experience on the outer display is like I get on my Z Fold 7. 6.5 inches, wide enough for my thumbs. I get the whole edge panels, go all the way down the line. No problems pulling this out of my pocket and using it just on the front display for an entire day if I have to. Battery life is pretty good. 5,600 milliamp hour battery between the three cells. Really nice. Have no problem with battery on this. It's actually probably one of the better Samsung battery devices that I've used. I use this at night. I bring it with me. It's a tablet. It's just a phenomenal tool. And that's the thing. So a bunch of people ask me, like, wow, all these things that you could do with it. Why did you show some of it? What do you need to see? Get a keyboard of your choice. Okay? A little imagination. I use a K7 Max Keychron one with it. You could get a little portable mechanical one. You could get one of those fold-out things, whatever. You could get a mouse, you pull it in, and you could go ahead and type out a document. I wrote an article on this device last week on the device itself. I used Google Docs. I had the keyboard. I was typing away, and it was a great experience. Because I do a lot of my writing on a Tandy 102 anyway, so I'm used to kind of this flat, top-down writing experience because on the Tandy, the keyboard's here, the screen's here, and that's what you're doing. So same setup. It worked perfectly. You get a 10-inch display. You could format. For me, for writing, it's fantastic because I wouldn't change article titles, mistakes, maybe little things that I want to tweak in an article on a regular smartphone or even a Galaxy Z Fold 7. Why? Because I don't see, because this is stuff that's being pushed live to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, and they're going to notice mistakes. So I want to be able to see the format of what I'm putting out. So with a 10-inch display, 16 by 11, I can see the entire site. I'm doing everything I need to do. It's a great experience. If you're somebody that brings around a laptop for work, if it's more of a Chromebook that you have that you need, this can absolutely replace the functionality of a Chromebook. You put it in Dex mode, which you could do. You just kind of go up, go here. Now I'm in Dex mode. You can see drag windows around, no problem. You get yourself a little mouse and you're set to go. And you can kind of get out of Dex. I really find no need to get into Dex that often, to be perfectly honest, because I get everything I need here. The app experience is good. Most of them stretch out just fine. I know last time everyone on Twitter was saying, well, why don't you just flip it into portrait orientation if you're upset that Twitter's not stretching across the whole thing? I just didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I think that gets a little wonky, but perfectly acceptable solution if that's what you want to do. And most apps stretch across just fine. They go into the tablet form of the app. You could use Slack, you could use Chrome, everything that you're going to want. Gmail, it's nice seeing the sections there. Telegram, everything runs just fine on this, and it's a great, great experience. And it does replace those three things. I don't feel the need to bring a tablet with me anymore. If you're somebody who you're on a bus a lot, if you're on a train a lot, you could pull up YouTube, and let's make sure I got my channel on there so nobody gets in trouble. You could pull up YouTube and have a full, nice YouTube experience without any issue whatsoever, right? That's basically the tablet YouTube experience. I do this at night now. I don't bring a tablet to bed anymore. I bring this in here. And because I get that great battery life, I top this off in the afternoon, and I have plenty of juice to last me all night. I can watch whatever I want to watch, go to bed, not a lot of overnight drain, wake up, get through most of my day, and then top it off in the afternoon, and I'm set to go. And it's just having that ability to have those things and have something that's a productive work tool that then I could fold up and put in my pocket has value to a lot of people. And I don't know how many people I showed this to. And yes, every single one of them balked at the price. But they didn't balk at the idea. They didn't balk at the usefulness of it. They didn't balk at the form factor itself. They didn't say, oh, that's a gimmick. Oh, that's ridiculous. Everybody I showed it to, when they saw Google Maps in 10 inches, when I were trying to navigate somewhere, when they saw the web pages, when they saw their PDF documents, when they said, you know what, I do a lot of real estate and I'm carrying around this laptop and I'm trying to sign document PDFs on the road, boy, I could just have this. And then all of a sudden, that $2,900 starts to make a little bit more sense. And if that could eventually get down to $2,500, which again, I'm not holding my breath, right? I thought that about the original Galaxy Z Fold. Didn't happen. But if there's competition, if this becomes more readily available, deals, sales, trade-in offers, something, you can get this down to where it starts to make sense. But I tell you what, all those people that were kind of celebrating, oh, what a ridiculous idea, and oh, of course it failed, it's $3,000. It didn't fail. I don't think it failed. I don't think selling out every single one of them in seconds is failure. I think we don't want to put that many of these out in the wild because we're on the hook for them. Warranty-wise, if there's a problem, if they all start to break, there was those stories early on about the ribbon cable not doing it, whatever, not behaving and causing screen blackouts. I have not had that, and that's after extensive use. They don't know how durable they're going to be. They just didn't want to be on the hook for a million of these things out in the wild, that if something came up wrong, they're on the hook for, who knows how many units and millions of dollars that it would take under warranty to fix these. So the initial ones are out. They're now collector's items. Pretty cool. And you're going to see a TriFold 2, or whatever they brand it as, next year with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 6 Elite 5, whatever, next chipset, next enhancements, all the rest of it, released sometime next year. And I think that is a theme you're going to see. There's going to be, Samsung's not going to be the only one. You see them overseas. There are going to be one or two others that probably throw their hat in the ring and get into this market, because as these chipsets get more powerful, as you're able to do things like photo editing and video editing, if you're a content creator, if you're somebody who needs to take your office on the go with you, these are viable options. And they do a lot. And when you start thinking about it in terms of, hey, I run my business off my phone, boy, wouldn't you like one of these? I am a content creator that needs to be able to do thumbnails on the go and edit video, and I'm in airports a lot, I'm traveling. If you're a traveling salesperson, or if you're in business, you're an accountant or a lawyer, and you're traveling all the time, and you need to read PDFs and documents or whatever, and you're tired of doing all these little 6.5-inch displays, 6.9-inch displays, how great is this? In something that folds into your pocket that you can then take with you, and you don't have to worry about things like, well, this is a problem, or I'm going to need 3 different tools with me. You could go ahead and have something like this, right? And see the entire web page on a nice 10-inch display. You can see your entire emails on a 10-inch display. Yes, you want to sit there and poo-poo the price? Go ahead. Snipe from the sideline. It's perfectly fine. But don't sit there and tell me that there isn't some use for this in the marketplace eventually. You might not see it. It may not be worth it to you, but let me tell you something. Boy, is it worth it to some people. And to me, I love carrying this thing around. It's helped me with work. It's helped me with YouTube. Everything that I do is enhanced by having this in my pocket as my smartphone. And I think there's going to be a lot of people as the years go on that say this form factor, 10 inches, 16 by 9 display, has more usefulness to me than a Z Fold 7, 8, 9, whatever, with an 8-inch display. The only thing that I can see kind of maybe challenging that is if we do get the Z Fold 8 wide, and then you see kind of that wide factor, you had landscape, and we'll see how things do there. But for people who need more, for people who are looking to have something that replaces a Chromebook, replaces a tablet, replaces a smartphone, that has that kind of mobile workstation with them in your pocket, I do think there's going to be a place for something like the Galaxy Z TriFold moving forward. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that delicious day.